Okay, so here we are looking at possible uses for this thing. I've set up for you guys a little sketch that's showing an active filter. Here's our tweeter output without any bells or whistles. Gray line is an unfiltered response. My filter settings are up here. Right now the filter is set at 1200 Hertz. It's an active filter and it's a fourth order filter. Why am I showing you this? This is telling you how loud this will be. Some of the things that will be quite useful is what will be displayed in this little video is what happens to the actual excursion levels of keeping the tweeter safe. 1200 Hertz is basically at this power level, fairly high, about 150 watt input. This is giving you more or less 1 millimeter X-max. The tweeter can do this. I'm not recommending that you do this long term or really pumping it up really loud. The tweeter will survive short periods of use like this. As soon as you start doing a little neat thing called raising the crossover value a little bit, what ends up happening is the excursion required by the tweeter really does go down. Let's just, for instance, raise it to 1400. 1400. Now you're at a point where you've dropped down to 6 divided by 10. Right up here you see it divided by 10. That's 0.65 millimeters. We've almost dropped it a third. That's at 1400. I repeatedly gave a unqualified, completely safe situation of saying 2400 Hertz, fourth order. Why would I say that? Because that gives you a displacement of 0.2 millimeters at worst. That's 100% safe. If you're at all worried about frying your tweeters, that is a 100% safe way of doing things. If you have the ability to really fool around and you have, for instance, a higher order filter, some of you guys had 6th and 8th orders. Let's go back down to something a little bit more tantalizing for a low FS tweeter. 1200 Hertz, you have 0.9 millimeters. Let's raise this to 6th order. Now take a good look. So you see how quickly and how safe it is to actually use this tweeter? Nothing bad's going to happen. These are the maximum displacement points right over here. Life is grand. If you have an 8th order crossover, you could even take this tweeter down to 1100 Hertz and still be perfectly safe. I'll punch in 1100 immediately. There you go. You're still within safe limits if you have that level of a crossover. Now I'm saying safe limits very carefully. The tweeter will survive this under normal use. If you're trying to get a competition level out of this little tweeter at this low of a crossover, you're pretty much going to fry it. If you want to go competition level, you have an 8th order filter. Let's do something that's a little bit safer. 1400. That's divided by 10. The tweeter is in much better shape at this. This is 0.65 millimeters. Just under 1/16 of an inch. Tweeter's happy camper. If you guys have any other questions, shoot me some private messages or just post them on the forum. I'll keep things going. And I hope this has been informative.